Ancient dragon legends exist all throughout our society in different cultures. What if ancient dragon legends are not just legends, but were real creatures that us humans interacted with? What if biblical creatures were actually dinosaurs? We're in the 1800s, and William Buckland discovered what would later be coined a dinosaur fossil. It shocked the scientific community and everyone else with its grotesque size and shape. And then in a few years, Gideon Mantell made strides and unearthed an entire iguanodon, which further deepened the mystery of these ancient creatures. These discoveries were groundbreaking and made news, but it wasn't until 1841 that Sir Richard Owen coined the term dinosaur, which meant terrible lizard. The discoveries of these massive beasts created a frenzy, sparking a new industry centered around the hunt for dinosaur bones. But with money at play, the truth sometimes took a backseat to sensationalism and profit. It begs the question, what if our ancestors knew more about these creatures in antiquity? Ancient art and literature from around the world contain fascinating depictions of dragon-like beings that bear striking similarities to dinosaurs. Are these really mere coincidences? Did our ancestors witness something extraordinary? In this video, we will explore these intriguing connections between ancient dragon legends and dinosaur fossils. Let's explore ancient texts, examine historical artifacts, and uncover compelling evidence that people, before the term dinosaur was ever coined, may have seen what they called dragons. I'm Michael, and this is Chief Messenger. In the book of Job, there's a creature called the Behemoth, described in great detail. Let's read Job 40:15 through 24. Look at the behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. What strength it has in its loins, what power in the muscles of its belly. Its tail sways like a cedar, the sinews of its thighs are close-knit. The bones are tubes of bronze, its limbs like rods of iron. It ranks first among the works of God, yet its maker can approach it with its sword. The hills bring it their produce, and all the wild animals play nearby. Under the lotus plant it lies, hidden among the reeds in the marsh. The lotuses conceal it in their shadow. The poplars by the stream surround it. A raging river does not alarm it. It is secure. Through the Jordan it should surge against its mouth. Can anyone capture it by the eyes, or trap it and pierce its nose? These verses in Job describe vivid imagery of this behemoth creature as having a tail like a cedar tree and eating grass like an ox. It is being described as being immensely powerful, and scholars have debated whether this could be an elephant, a hippo, or a crocodile, but I'll tell you that none of these animals fit all of the details. We read in Job about it having a massive tail the size of a cedar tree, and with scholars projecting that this could be a crocodile, which does have a long tail, so it's a possibility, a hippo, it couldn't be a hippo because hippos have very small tails. And it can't be an elephant because elephants also have small tails. However, none of these animals fit all of the categories. What animal, creature, or beast could fit all of these categories? Well, what if I were to tell you that the behemoth is actually a dinosaur or a dragon? A sauropod dinosaur, for example, fits the description perfectly with a massive tail and an herbivorous diet. When they saw and had this observation of this creature, they would have recorded it in their art. And isn't it just so fascinating, the striking resemblance to the modern day example of what we have as a sauropod? It's just interesting. When we look through the Bible though, it's not the only place where we find evidence of this behemoth, dinosaur, or a dragon living alongside humans. Let's look at some ancient depictions of creatures that resemble dinosaurs. Our first stop is the Bernafal Cave in France, one of the many sites famous for its ancient cave art. Among the various animal depictions, there's an intriguing image that appears to show a bipedal dinosaur in combat. This remarkable depiction, to me, suggests that humans would have been seeing this sort of creature or this beast and interacting with it. Next, we stop at ancient Babylon and the famous Ishtar Gate, constructed in the 6th century BC. This gate features images of mythical creatures known as Sirush. Could these depictions be based on real animals that the Babylonians encountered? If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, probably a duck. We have literal depictions, right, of these different dinosaurs as being terrifying, huge, massive. I think that humans were definitely encountering these animals. In Persian and Turkish art, we also find fascinating depictions of dragon-like creatures. We're looking at here a bronze Persian pot from the end of the 1st millennium AD, featuring a stylized, scaled dragon forming the spout. Dragons were integral to Persian mythology, often associated with Zoroastrian beliefs. Here is a Turkish painting from the Ottoman Empire illustrating a mechanical 3-headed dragon. These dragons often resemble what we know as dinosaur species, suggesting these cultures might have had some knowledge of these creatures. China actually will provide us with some of the most compelling evidence of ancient dinosaur depictions. Chinese dragon iconography is rich and varied, often matching up closely with different dinosaur species. Here we have a beaked dragon statue from the Han Dynasty, which closely resembles the oviraptor dinosaur. Notice here the tridactyl foot configuration, the elaborate head crest, and the long, slender tail. These features are remarkably similar to what we know about beaked dinosaurs. This next jade carving is from the Shang Dynasty. This piece is dated to about 1766 to 1122 BC, and it displays relief lines in a scale-like pattern and a head crest similar to the Saurolophus dinosaur. Such detailed and accurate depictions suggest these ancient artists might have had real-life models for their creations. For me, this just really strengthens my belief as a Christian to know that our Bible, our holy text, mentions these creatures before we ever had discovered them just a few hundred years ago, when they were officially put into our history as something that we as humans have discovered. I believe that these different examples from cultures and time periods suggest a very fascinating reality, that humans and dinosaurs coexisted. Ask yourself, do you really think that these dragon legends from different cultures were not based in reality? Mainstream science explains these depictions as myths or imaginative interpretations, but the striking similarities to known dinosaur species compel me to consider another perspective. Could these ancient people have been recording their encounters with real living dinosaurs? The Nile mosaic of Palestrina, created in the 2nd century AD, includes a reptilian creature named Crocodilopardalis, hinting at a form of agile, dinosaurian, reptilian type of animal. Across the Atlantic, North American petroglyphs tell a similar story. The Anasazi Indians left behind drawings of creatures that resemble Potosauruses. We see different petroglyphs from Utah showing things like a baby dinosaur, what could be on this pot here, while Mississippian pottery depicts what looks like a baby dinosaur. These findings suggest that ancient people may have encountered or had knowledge of these creatures. To bring it back to the story of Job, I believe that the overall story and the reason why I included Behemoth, or this dinosaur or dragon, is for a larger purpose, and we must dive into what that purpose might be. This behemoth that is described in Job is most certainly a dinosaur or dragon or serpent reptilian type creature with immense size and strength. Different scholars and theologians definitely debate on its identity, however, they are all wrong. This imagery in these different ancient depictions show us that human beings interacted with these beings. This imagery in ancient iconography suggests that humans were encountering something larger and more awe-inspiring than a crocodile, hippo, or rhino. So whether the behemoth in Job was a well-known animal or ancient creature, I do believe that this portrayal of this behemoth serves a deeper purpose. It challenges Job's perspective on his own insignificance compared to the divine wisdom and power that is displayed in the creation of God. God's revelation of the behemoth to Job underscores the majesty and sovereignty of the Creator. It prompts Job and us to recognize our humble place in the universe and to marvel at the wonders of God's handiwork. Through the behemoth, Job learns a profound lesson about reverence and humility before God. The behemoth stands as a testament to God's unmatched power and wisdom, inviting us to marvel at His creation and to trust in His sovereignty. I believe that this overlapping evidence of dragons and dinosaurs in ancient iconography, descriptions, petroglyphs, and more prove to us that we human beings encountered what was the most terrifying creation of God, the behemoth, dinosaur, or dragon. Diving into this topic for me reminds me of the rich history that we have as human beings and how God has planned such an amazing existence, and that we really truly should marvel at His sovereignty, His glory, His majesty. He is the holy God of us all, the holy creator. Job witnessing that behemoth probably proved to him the true sovereignty of God. I mean, really, when you think about what a dragon, dinosaur, or behemoth really is, it kind of sends a wonder or an excitement, an awe-inspiring moment into you to think that these beings were really here, and now us human beings have our modern life where we could never imagine such a thing existing, but it's right there in the Bible, thousands of years before we ever discovered him in modern history. So it also proves that the Bible, to me, is real, and that the events that happened in it are all real and not a fairy tale. Thank you for joining me on this journey. From legends, history, and times of past brought to you right now in the present, I bring this as a message to you that stands as a testimony to the majesty of God. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed this intriguing exploration. Until next time, keep seeking the truth in all ways. Peace be with you. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.